Your subconscious mind doesn't sleep. While you're unconscious, it's working, reviewing every belief you've ever accepted as true, every criticism you've ever internalized, every fear you've ever claimed as identity. And it's using that data to build tomorrow. Most people wake up to the same life because they fall asleep with the same thoughts. But there's a window right at the edge of sleep where your mind becomes suggestible, where new beliefs can slip past your defenses and rewrite your blueprint. Tonight, you're going to use that window. I'm going to speak directly to the part of you that's been building your reality. And by morning, the architecture will have changed. You're not just going to sleep, you're going to rebuild. You've been lied to about change. You've been told you need more willpower, better habits, a stronger mindset, stricter discipline. You've been sold courses and coaching and 10-step systems that promise transformation if you just try harder. And maybe you did try harder. Maybe you white-knuckled your way through affirmations that felt fake, forced yourself into gratitude practices that rang hollow, tried to manifest while secretly believing you didn't deserve what you wanted. Here's what nobody tells you: you can't think your way out of a belief you feel your way into. Self-hatred isn't a thought problem. It's a nervous system problem. It's a body problem. It's in your tissues, your breath, your automatic reactions. You learned it before you had language to name it, and you've been trying to talk yourself out of it ever since. This isn't another technique to try. What I'm going to do tonight is speak directly to the part of you that's still listening, the part that existed before you were taught to doubt, criticize, and shrink yourself. The part that doesn't need convincing, the part that simply remembers. Tonight you're going to understand how self-criticism became your default operating system and why positive thinking alone can't override it. You're going to learn the difference between trying to love yourself and actually being loved by yourself, and why that distinction changes everything. You're going to discover why your body has been rejecting your healing efforts and how to become safe to yourself again. And you're going to hear the specific affirmations and truths that bypass resistance and land in the place where transformation actually lives. This isn't motivation. This isn't hype. This is repatterning. And it works while you sleep because your defenses are down, your inner critic is quiet, and your true self can finally hear what's always been true. You are lovable exactly as you are. Your worth was never in question. And the moment you stop fighting that truth is the moment everything changes. I want to tell you about a woman I once worked with. She had everything anyone could want: successful career, loving family, beautiful home, and she was dying inside. Not metaphorically, actually dying. Her body was literally shutting down. The doctors couldn't find anything wrong. They ran every test. They gave her every diagnosis: blood work, scans, biopsies, specialists from every field. But nothing explained what was happening. Her organs were functioning, her vitals were stable, but she was fading, losing weight she couldn't afford to lose, losing energy, losing the will to be here. And I could see it immediately the moment she walked into my office. She didn't know how to receive love. Every compliment she deflected. Someone would say, "You look beautiful today," and she'd say, "Oh no, I look terrible. I didn't even have time to do my hair." Someone would say, "That presentation was amazing," and she'd say, "It was nothing. Anyone could have done it." Every gift she felt guilty about. A friend would give her something and she'd spend the next week agonizing over what to give back, making sure it was equal value or better, keeping score, maintaining the balance. Every act of kindness she immediately tried to repay. Someone would do her a favor and she'd stay up at night making lists of how to return it, as if love was a transaction, as if kindness was a loan that accrued interest. She kept a ledger in her mind of everything she owed people, as if love was a debt she could never quite settle. Her whole life was about balancing the books. Someone did something nice for her, and she'd spend days, weeks sometimes, figuring out how to give them something equal or better in return. She couldn't just say thank you. She couldn't just let herself be loved. She couldn't just receive without immediately opening the vault of of what she could give back. It was exhausting, and her body was keeping score too. When I asked her where she learned this, she told me about her mother. Her mother was a woman who gave and gave and gave until she was hollow, who martyred herself daily, who wore her exhaustion like a badge of honor, who taught her daughter that goodness meant self-erasure, that love meant sacrifice, that being a good person meant putting everyone else first and yourself never. If you really love someone, her mother would say, you put yourself last, you give until there's nothing left, and then you dig deeper and give some more. That's what love looks like. That's what being worthy means. That's how you earn your place in the world. Her mother would skip meals to make sure everyone else ate first, would wear old clothes so her children could have new ones, would cancel doctor's appointments because someone else needed a ride, would sit in physical pain because taking time to rest felt selfish. And she taught her daughter through years of modeling that this was virtue, this was goodness, this was what women do, this was love. So that's what this woman did. She put herself last in every situation. Last to eat, and by the time she got to the table, she'd say she wasn't hungry anyway, even though she was starving. Last to rest, staying up late, to finish everyone else's tasks, waking up early to prepare for everyone else's day. Last to speak up, swallowing her opinions, her needs, her voice, because someone else always seemed to have something more important to say. Last to matter, and her body heard that message. Her cells heard it. Every single cell in her body learned we are not worth keeping alive. We are not worth feeding. We are not worth protecting. We are not important. We are last. And so they started to shut down, one system at a time, slowly, quietly. Her body was simply following orders, following the instructions she'd been giving it for decades. I asked her to try something radical. For 1 week, I said, say thank you when someone compliments you. That's it. Don't deflect, don't minimize, don't disagree. Don't return the compliment immediately to get the attention off of you. Don't say, oh, this old thing, or no, I look terrible, or you're just being nice, or you should see so-and-so. She's much prettier. Just say thank you. Just 2 words. Just receive it. Let it land. Let yourself take it in without immediately trying to give something back. Let yourself be seen. Let yourself be appreciated. Let yourself matter. The first time she tried it, she cried. She told me it felt like stealing, like she was taking something she hadn't earned, like she was being selfish and greedy and wrong, like there was some cosmic rule she was breaking. Her whole nervous system was screaming at her that this was dangerous, that if she let herself receive without giving back, something terrible would happen. People would see her as selfish. They'd stop loving her. They'd realize she wasn't worth it. They'd abandon her. She'd be alone. She'd be exposed as the fraud she believed herself to be. Her hands shook when she said it the first time. Someone at work said, great job on that report. And she opened her mouth to deflect, to minimize, to redirect, and instead she forced out the words, thank you, just thank you. And then silence. And in that silence she felt like she was falling, like the ground had disappeared beneath her, like she was waiting for the punishment, for the other shoe to drop, for the person to take it back, to realize they'd made a mistake. But nothing happened. The person smiled and walked away. And she stood there shaking, feeling like she'd just committed a crime. That night she called me in tears. I feel so guilty, she said. I feel like I'm taking something that doesn't belong to me. I feel like I'm lying, like I'm pretending to be someone I'm not, someone who deserves compliments, someone who deserves to be seen. Exactly, I told her. That's how you know it's working. That's how you know you're touching the wound. You've been starving yourself of love your whole life. You've been living on scraps, on the tiny bits of approval you could earn through performance, through self-sacrifice, through making yourself smaller and smaller until you almost disappeared. And now I'm asking you to sit down at the table and actually have a meal. Of course it feels wrong. Of course it feels dangerous. Your nervous system doesn't know the difference between receiving love and being attacked. Both feel threatening because both require you to be visible. She continued the practice every day, multiple times a day. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Sometimes through tears, sometimes through gritted teeth. Sometimes it felt real, and sometimes it felt like the biggest lie she'd ever told. But she kept going, and slowly something began to shift. The guilt started to ease. The shaking stopped. The words started to land in her body instead of just bouncing off. And about 3 months in, something remarkable happened. Someone complimented her, and she said thank you, and for the first time, she actually felt it. She let it in, she received it. And it felt good, it felt nourishing, it felt true. 6 months later, her symptoms were gone, not because she manifested health, not because she did affirmations in the mirror, though she did those too. Not because she positive thought her way to wellness, but because she stopped telling her body it wasn't worth feeding. She stopped sending the message day after day, hour after hour, that she didn't deserve to take up space, to be cared for, to matter. She learned to receive. She learned that she was allowed to be loved without earning it first. And her body, finally hearing a different message, finally getting permission to be here, decided it was worth keeping alive. When was the last time you truly let yourself be loved without immediately trying to earn it, return it, or apologize for it? When was the last time someone said something kind and you just said thank you and let it be true? When was the last time you received a gift without mentally calculating what you need to give back? When was the last time someone did you a favor and you didn't spend the next week trying to repay the debt? Most of us can't remember. Because we were taught that receiving is selfish. That if we're not constantly giving, proving, earning, producing, we're taking advantage, we're being lazy, we're not good people, we're not worthy. But here's the truth, you can't pour from an empty cup. And you've been running on empty for so long, you've forgotten what full feels like. You think exhaustion is normal. You think depletion is just part of being an adult. You think if you're not struggling, you're not trying hard enough. You think rest is something you have to earn through suffering. You think you have to hit rock bottom before you're allowed to take care of yourself. But that's not truth. That's programming. That's conditioning. That's what you were taught by people who were taught by people who were taught by people who never learned that love isn't something you earn, it's something you are. And tonight, we're going to start rewriting that program. We're going to start giving your cells, your nervous system, your entire being, a different set of instructions. Because you are the authority in your own life. You are the one who gets to decide what's true about you. Not your mother, not your father, not your ex, not your boss, not society, you. And it's time to claim that authority. It's time to take back your power. It's time to come home to yourself. When I was younger, I believed I had to earn my existence. I had to be useful, productive, impressive. I had to justify the space I took up. I had to prove that I deserved to be here. I had to show through constant action and achievement that I wasn't wasting oxygen, that I wasn't a burden, that I had value. And so I built a life around performance, around doing and achieving and proving. I said yes to everything. I helped everyone. I was available all the time. I never rested because rest felt like laziness. I never stopped because stopping felt like failure. I never said no because no felt like rejection. And I couldn't bear the thought of disappointing anyone. I was the person everyone could count on. The one who always showed up, the one who always went the extra mile, the one who never complained. And people loved me for it. They praised me for it. They told me how amazing I was, how selfless, how generous, and I ate that up because that praise felt like proof that I deserved to exist, proof that I had value, proof that I was worth keeping around. But inside, I was empty, completely I'd created this beautiful garden for everyone else to enjoy, but I'd never planted anything for myself. Every flower was for someone else's approval. Every tree was for someone else's shade. I had built something impressive, but I didn't actually live there. I just maintained it. I just made sure everyone else was comfortable, happy, taken care of, while I stood outside the gate, looking in, waiting for permission to enter. Waiting for someone to tell me I'd done enough, given enough, earned enough, waiting. For the moment when I could finally rest and it would be okay. But that moment never came, because there's no amount of doing that will ever make you feel worthy if you believe your worth comes from doing. The finish line keeps moving. You achieve one thing and the bar raises. You give one thing and someone needs more. You help one person and 10 more appear. It never ends. And meanwhile, you're disappearing. You're fading. You're becoming less and less of a real person and more of a function, more and more of a role, the helper, the giver, the selfless one. But who are you underneath all that? Who are you when you're not performing? And one day, I realized I don't even know what I like. I don't know what brings me joy, independent of recognition. I don't know who I am when no one's watching. I don't know what I want for myself, separate from what everyone else wants from me. I had spent so many years being what other people needed that I had completely lost touch with what I wanted, what I needed, what fed me, what made me feel alive. I didn't have preferences. Someone would ask, where do you want to go for dinner? And I'd say, I don't care, anywhere is fine, you choose. What movie do you want to see? I don't care, you pick. What do you want to do this weekend? Whatever you want. I didn't know how to have a preference, because having a preference meant taking up space. It meant asserting myself. It meant mattering. And I didn't believe I was allowed to matter unless I was being useful to someone else. I didn't have desires, at least not real ones. I had should desires. I should want to be healthier. I should want to be more organized. I should want to read more, learn more, grow more. But actual desires, things I wanted just because they brought me pleasure, joy, delight, I couldn't name a single one. Because desire felt selfish, want felt greedy, pleasure felt frivolous, and I had learned that good people don't focus on themselves. Good people sacrifice. Good people serve. Good people disappear. I just had obligations and performances and this constant low-level anxiety that I wasn't doing enough, that I was falling behind, that someone somewhere needed something from me and I wasn't there providing it. That hum of anxiety was my baseline. I thought it was normal. I thought everyone felt this way. I thought this was just what life felt like. This constant pressure, this constant tension, this constant sense that I was failing, even when I was succeeding, even when people were praising me, even when I was getting everything done. So I started small. I started asking myself, what do I want right now? Not what should I want, not what would be productive or healthy or impressive or good for me, not what would make me a better person or move me closer to some goal. What do I actually want in this moment? What would feel good to my body, my heart, my soul right now if I let myself listen? And the first answer that came was nothing. I want nothing. I want to stop. I want to not be useful for one single hour. I want to exist without justifying it. I want to breathe without it being part of a meditation practice or a wellness routine. I want to sit without it being restorative or productive or meaningful. I just want to be, just to exist, just to take up space without apologizing for it. So I did. I sat in my garden, the real one, outside my house, and I did nothing. I didn't meditate. I didn't journal. I didn't work on myself. I didn't read something uplifting or listen to something educational or think about my goals or plan my week. I didn't even really look at anything. I just sat there, breathing, existing, being. And it was excruciating, physically painful. Every cell in my body screamed that I was wasting time. that I was being lazy, that I was failing, that I was letting people down, that this was irresponsible, that this was selfish. The voice in my head was relentless. You should be working. You have emails to answer. You have calls to return. You have projects to finish. People are counting on you. What will they think if they see you just sitting here? You're being selfish. You're being irresponsible. You're not enough unless you're doing something, producing something, achieving something, giving something. The guilt was overwhelming. The anxiety was suffocating. My body was tense. My jaw was clenched. My shoulders were up by my ears. My stomach was in knots. Every part of me was screaming to get up, to move, to do something productive, to stop this nonsense. But I stayed. I sat there with all that noise. I let it wash over me. I didn't fight it. I didn't try to make it go away. I just observed it. There it is. There's the program. There's the conditioning. There's the voice that's been running my life. And slowly, very slowly, underneath all that noise, I heard something else. Relief. A small voice, barely a whisper, saying, "Oh, thank God, we get to stop. Thank God we get to rest. Thank God we don't have to prove anything right now. Thank God we can just be." My body was relieved. I could feel my shoulders dropping, my jaw unclenching, my breath deepening. My body was so grateful, so relieved. The part of me that had been performing for decades, the part that had been running on empty, the part that had been screaming for attention in the only ways it knew how, through pain, through exhaustion, through illness, finally got to rest, finally got permission to stop, finally got to hear, you don't have to earn your right to exist. You can just be. You are allowed. And in that rest, in that stillness, in that surrender, I realized something profound. Self-love isn't something you do. It's something you stop doing. You stop criticizing. You stop performing. You stop earning. You stop justifying. You stop proving. You stop trying to be worthy, and you just accept that you already are. And in that space, in that stopping, love grows wild. Not the earned love, not the conditional love, not the love you have to maintain through constant performance, but the kind of love that just is, the kind that doesn't require anything from you, the kind that was there all along, waiting for you to stop running long enough to notice it. What if the real work isn't adding more, but finally letting yourself stop? What if healing isn't about becoming something new, but remembering what you were before you learned to shrink? What if you're not broken and never were, and the only thing that needs to change is your willingness to see that? What if the journey isn't about finding yourself, but about removing everything that's covering up who you've always been? There's a moment that changed everything for me. I was standing in front of a mirror, getting ready for a speaking event. I was doing my makeup, fixing my hair, checking my outfit, the usual routine, and I caught my own eye. Just for a split second, a random moment of eye contact with myself. And in that moment, I saw what I'd been doing for years. I was looking at myself the way I thought others saw me, critically, analytically, through the lens of judgment, through the filter of not enough, always finding what needed fixing, always searching for the flaw, the extra pound, the wrinkle, the imperfection, the thing that wasn't quite right. I realized I hadn't actually seen myself in years. I hadn't looked at myself with curiosity, with kindness, with interest. I hadn't looked at myself the way I'd look at a friend or a child or even a stranger. I'd been seeing a problem to solve, a project to manage, an image to maintain, a facade to perfect, but not a person, not a real living, breathing human being with feelings and fears and dreams and wounds, just a collection of flaws to fix and features to improve. So I tried something. I looked into my own eyes, really looked, and I said, I love you. 3 simple words, words I'd said to other people countless times, words I meant when I said them to my friends, my family, my students, but saying them to myself, to my own reflection, it was impossible. And I couldn't do it. The words stuck in my throat. My throat actually closed up, like my body was physically preventing me from saying it. My eyes filled with tears. Not soft, gentle tears. Burning tears. Angry tears. Grief tears. Because I didn't believe it. I didn't believe I deserved to hear those words from myself. I'd been teaching self-love to thousands of people. I'd been writing about it, speaking about it, helping others discover it, building a career on it. And I didn't actually love myself. I didn't even like myself most of the time. I saw all my flaws so clearly, all the ways I wasn't enough, all the mistakes I'd made, all the opportunities I'd missed, all the times I'd said the wrong thing, done the wrong thing, been the wrong thing, all the ways I'd failed to live up to my own expectations, let alone anyone else's. I saw the criticism, the judgment, the disappointment, the shame. And I couldn't find love underneath all of that. I couldn't find compassion. I couldn't find acceptance. I couldn't even find neutrality. Just judgment, just criticism. Just the constant assessment of not enough. That mirror became my practice ground. Every day, I'd stand there and try to say it. Every single day, even when I didn't want to. Especially when I didn't want to. Some days I could only whisper. Some days I'd say it and immediately think, but you need to lose weight. But you said the wrong thing in that meeting earlier. But you're behind on your work. But you disappointed someone today. But you're not where you should be at your age. But you're not doing enough, being enough, giving enough. The critic was so fast, faster than the love, faster than the kindness, faster than the acceptance. So automatic, so practiced, so convincing, it had an answer for everything. A rebuttal for every kind thought. A reason why I wasn't enough. A justification for withholding love. A piece of evidence for why I didn't deserve my own acceptance. It was like a lawyer in my mind, building a case against me, gathering evidence, presenting arguments, trying to convince me that the verdict was already guilty of not being enough. But I kept showing up, day after day after day, even when it felt stupid, even when it felt fake, even when I wanted to give up and go back to the familiar pattern of self-criticism, because at least that felt true, at least that felt honest, at least that felt like reality. I stood there, I looked, I spoke, I love you, I love you, I love you. Sometimes I believed it for a second, sometimes I didn't believe it at all, but I said it anyway. And slowly, very slowly, something shifted. The words started landing, not bouncing off anymore, actually landing, sinking in, finding a place to rest inside me. My body started softening when I said them. My face started relaxing. The hard edges started rounding. The armor started coming off. The woman in the mirror started looking less like an opponent, less like an enemy I had to defeat, and more like someone I could be tender with, someone I could be curious about, someone I could actually care for, someone who deserved kindness. That's when my life changed. Not because I became perfect, not because I fixed all my flaws, not because I finally achieved the ideal version of myself I'd been chasing, not because I lost the weight or got the success or became the person I thought I needed to be, but because I stopped requiring perfection to deserve my own love. I stopped making my worth conditional. I stopped treating myself like I had to audition for my own affection every single day. I stopped waiting for the day when I would finally be enough to deserve my own kindness. What would happen if you stopped looking at yourself as a project and started seeing yourself as someone worthy of your own tenderness? What if you spoke to yourself the way you'd speak to a small child who just fell down with patience, with kindness, with unconditional acceptance? What if you gave yourself the same grace you give to everyone else? What if you treated yourself like someone you love instead of someone you're trying to fix? Let me tell you the most important thing you'll ever understand about healing. Your body is not separate from your mind. This isn't poetry. This isn't metaphor. This is biology. This is fact. Your cells are listening to every thought you think. They are not neutral bystanders in your mental narrative. They are active participants. They are responding. They are adapting. They are building your physical reality based on the instructions you give them through your thoughts. Every thought you think creates a chemical reaction in your brain. That chemical reaction sends signals throughout your body. Those signals tell your eyes, your knees, your calves, your ankles, your feet. As you focus on each area, ask, what am I holding here? What old pain lives in this place? What emotion am I storing? What am I carrying that isn't mine? What am I ready to release? And then speak to that part of your body with tenderness, with compassion, with love. Say, I see you. I acknowledge you. I thank you for holding this for me. Thank you for trying to protect me. Thank you for keeping me safe. Thank you for storing what I couldn't process. But I'm ready now. I'm ready to let this go. I forgive myself. I forgive you. I release you. I love you. Your jaw might be holding years of things you didn't say, words you swallowed, truths you suppressed, anger you couldn't express. Your shoulders might be carrying burdens that aren't yours, other people's expectations, other people's needs, the weight of the world. Your chest might be holding grief, loss, heartbreak, sadness you never fully felt. Your stomach might be storing shame, fear, anxiety about things you can't control. Your hips might be holding old trauma, sexual shame, guilt, things that happened to you that weren't your fault. Your body has been your storage unit. It's been keeping all the things you weren't ready to feel, all the emotions you couldn't process, all the experiences you had to bury to survive, all the pain you didn't have time or space or permission to acknowledge. Speak to these places, honor them, acknowledge them, thank them for their service, and then give them permission to release. Tell them it's safe now. Tell them you're ready. Tell them they can let go. Fourth practice, the affirmation loop for sleep. This is specifically designed to work with your subconscious mind while you sleep. Tonight and every night this week, as you're falling asleep, as you feel yourself drifting off, I want you to repeat these affirmations silently to yourself. Let them be the very last conscious thoughts you have before you cross over into sleep. I am safe. I am loved. I am worthy. I am healing. I am enough. All is well. Everything is working out for my highest good. I trust the process of life. Repeat them like a lullaby, like a mantra, like a prayer, like a meditation. Don't force them. Don't strain. Just let them flow. Let them become rhythmic. Let them become soothing. Let them carry you into sleep. Let them soak into your subconscious mind while your conscious mind rests. Let them rewrite the program while your defenses are down, while your inner critic is asleep, while your conscious mind has no objections, while the door to your subconscious is wide open. This is not wishing, this is not hoping, this is not fantasizing, this is instruction. You are giving your subconscious mind a new set of operating instructions. You are telling your cells, your nervous system, your entire being, this is the new truth. This is what we believe now. This is who we are. This is our reality. And when you wake up in the morning, those words will have done their work. They will have settled in. They will have taken root. You will not wake up transformed. You will not wake up perfect, but you will wake up different. Something will have shifted, something will have opened, something will have softened. You'll feel it. These 4 practices are your foundation. They are simple, they are accessible, they require no special tools, no equipment, no money, no expertise. Just your willingness, just your commitment, just your decision to show up for yourself differently, to treat yourself differently, to speak to yourself differently, to be with yourself differently. I want you to understand something. You've been at war with yourself for so long, you forgot what peace feels like. You've been so focused on fixing yourself, improving yourself, correcting yourself, that you forgot you were never broken in the first place. You forgot that you came into this world whole, complete, perfect, innocent, worthy. And somewhere along the way, you learned to doubt that. You learned to question that. You learned to believe you weren't enough. But that belief was learned, which means it can be unlearned. Tonight you heard something different. You heard a different story, a different truth, not another strategy to try, not another system to implement, not another way to work harder, try harder, be better. Tonight you heard the truth. You are lovable exactly as you are, right now, in this moment, with all your flaws, with all your mistakes, with all your imperfections, with all your humanity, with all your messiness, with all your fear, with all your doubt, exactly as you are. You are lovable, you are worthy, you are enough. Not when you lose the weight, not when you get the promotion, not when you fix all your problems, not when you heal all your wounds, not when you finally get your life together, not when you become the person you think you should be, now, today, tonight, in this moment. You are worthy of your own love. You always have been. You just forgot. You just believed the lie. You just bought into the story that you had to earn it, that you had to prove it, that you had to deserve it. But you don't. You never did. Your worth is inherent. Your worth is built in. Your worth is non-negotiable. And the moment you stop fighting that truth, the moment you stop arguing for your own inadequacy, the moment you stop building a case against yourself, is the moment your entire life shifts. Not because your circumstances magically change overnight, not because all your problems disappear, not because everything suddenly becomes easy, but because you change. Because your relationship with yourself changes. Because the lens through which you see everything changes. And that changes everything. I'm not saying it will be easy. I'm not saying there won't be setbacks. I'm not saying the old patterns won't fight back. They will. The critic will return. It's been running your life for years, for decades. It won't give up easily. The doubts will resurface. The fear will whisper that this is all nonsense, that you're fooling yourself, that you're being naive, that you don't really deserve this, that nothing will really change. But now you know, now you see it for what it is, just old programming, just inherited beliefs, just thoughts. And you are not your thoughts. You are the loving awareness witnessing them, and you have a choice. You always have a choice. Here is your mantra. Write it down. Put it somewhere you'll see it. Say it to yourself whenever the old voice returns, whenever the critic gets loud, whenever the doubt creeps in, whenever you forget, whenever you slip back into old patterns. I am not broken. I've just been misled. My worth was never in question. I am loved. I am safe. I am whole. I am enough. I am worthy. I am healing. I am exactly where I need to be. All is well. Speak it until you believe it, and then keep speaking it until it becomes your new default, until it's automatic, until it's the first thing you think when you wake up in the morning, until it's the last thing you think before you fall asleep at night, until it's woven into the fabric of your being, until it becomes not just something you say, but something you know, something you are. You are not the same person who started listening to this tonight. Something has already shifted. Maybe it's small, maybe it's subtle, maybe you can't even name it yet, maybe you're not sure if you believe it, but it's real. Something in you knows, something in you recognized the truth in these words, something in you remembered, something in you woke up, and that remembering, that awakening, that recognition that changes everything. If this message resonated with you, if something inside you stirred while you were listening, if something clicked or opened or softened, I want you to leave a comment. Tell me what landed. Tell me what you're releasing. Tell me what you're choosing instead. Tell me what truth you recognize. Tell me what shifted. Your words matter. Your story matters. Your voice matters. And sharing it will help someone else who's listening right now, who's wondering if they're alone, who needs to